Hello and welcome back to our 112th episode of Fur, Fins, and Feathers. Our returning guests are Gale and Bruce Cummings of Norton, Massachusetts, who are going to talk about other activities with dogs. Welcome back.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having us.
Talk about your work.
Well, we're blessed right now to be working within the community as a company called Canine Presence. And what that is Gale and I are able to facilitate canine therapy for folks that are in a nursing and rehab centers, as well as individuals who are adults with disability. That is, for us, we feel our mission work to serve. We've had over the years 5 dogs that were certified in canine therapy. And certification for us became very much fundamental building block to our business. That is really supportive from an organization in Rhode Island called Windwalker Humane Coalition. And that Windwalker supports and offers us a program down at the Providence College, continuing education. And that course is very, very comprehensive. It starts with 12 weeks of classroom training about canine therapy.
And this is all conducted at Providence College.
It is. And so the first 12 weeks you are actually going in a classroom and you're being taught many of the ethics and many of the techniques that are utilized and have been utilized in a relatively new modality of canine therapy. And then after you have classroom training, you go to an opportunity, and it's down the street from the school. It's Elmhurst Rehabilitation Center. And there, the folks from Windwalker have mentors that allow you to bring your dog in as a team, and then you and your dog, your pet, are able to work with the staff, with the mentors, and you start to visit the individuals that are at Elmhurst. At the completion of that, which is probably about, I'm going to say another 10 to 12 weeks, you are requested to do your internship. And what that is that you start to work with, again, another mentor, but you're starting to work where your heart is to be helping enhance that canine-human bond. The immense education you get to feel and to study and to really understand the immense canine-human bond and those opportunities. So you might want to work with the veterans. You might want to work in hospice. You might have be a licensed social worker that you want to be able to bring your dog, your pet, into work, into therapy work. We talk libraries. We've worked at colleges during exam week.
Homeless, the courts.
Yes, it's an amazing opportunity.
Multifaceted.
We talked about, and that's one of the things that that we talked about the last episode about Terrier breed. And for us, it's a true pleasure to bring the Irish Terrier into this canine therapy. A lot of times folks don't know terriers and how well they are adapted to people that are in situations in rehab, or just the abilities of terriers to really take that energy and to give that calmness and to give back and to really have. I go into a dementia unit, and to go up to someone who you knew had a dog when they were growing up, and to watch them reach down and start to scratch the ear or pat or talk to the dog, it really is a moment where you start to say, I'm blessed, the person for a moment is blessed, and the dog is that facilitator that brings it all together. So Canine Presence is both Gale and my business that we have. I started in 2016. Gale has just been credentialed through Windwalker Humane Coalition. The program at Providence College Evening Division is the DJ program.
Well, I wanted to pick up, what does DJ stand for, represent?
DJ, that is actually Pearl's
Dog's name.
Pearl's first dog name, the Samoyed.
Yeah.
That Pearl had.
Pearl Sausalito.
Pearl had, and that she actually promoted and started, the founder of
SCCRI many years ago.
Many years ago. And I went, that's where I got my credentialing, at CCRI. And it was moved to Providence College Evening Division. So we can't be more gracious and thankful for our membership in the Windwalker Humane Program. We really respect the work that they're doing right now. We try to promote that as best we can and as often as we can. The other really kind of, I think, really constructive thing that we do is when we're working with the adults with disability, our backgrounds are enable us to really work with other goals that an individual might have, and that might be in pre-vocational study or activities, or it could be in speech therapy, obviously socialization skills. The fact that we would introduce activities that would enhance maybe someone that's in a wheelchair, and motivate their fine and gross motor skills, so that we introduce tools such as different brushes. It could be a palm brush, it could be a brush with a handle, and then they're able to reach and actually start a movement. Dogs that might help with balance. Again, speech type of thing where the dog is, as well as reading, as you mentioned, Brian, the fact that the reading skills come out. And we're very happy to we talked about education before at the last taping.
Yes.
And this is one of the things that I also think can reach the youth, is to be introducing canines, and God bless, cats and you know, miniature horses, they're in equine therapy, all have a place in this human animal assisted therapy. So when you brought it out, but I really believe with the canine therapy, it has ability to reach a lot of kids in K through 12. And if we start to introduce the dogs into more of the education there, I really believe we'll get more youth involved with what I think when I grew up, kids used to go out and play. You weren't in front of the TV.
Now they're all stuck behind a computer.
Something like that. But when you can actually do that tactile touch, you can get an instant type of responsibility in you know, the care of the dog, and the instant type of gratification. That's why they're in front of the computer. It's like instant type of Well, you can do that with an animal. It's unbelievable. And then you can move into trick dog. You can do so many different things that, but to introduce, I feel the kids, I can say that at 72 now, that's a way so that we really appreciate and care and spread the care and the mission work that one needs to really make a difference. I'm also pleased that Gale now and I can go to a college campus and during exam week and reach that group of people too, and
Health fairs.
And just through health fairs, especially a time of right now that the challenges that we're all facing, and especially that age group.
I noticed many new programs at colleges now incorporate. They have a resident dog on the campus.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we
recently did that.
Again, we recently did it in April where we were there for a health fair, and between the two of us, I think we saw about 150 people in the 3 hours that we were there. So that was a lot of work and a lot of energy going around, and especially we're very careful of the safety of our dogs when we go into some of these units. A lot of times before Morton Hospital in Taunton, I was volunteering down there, and folks in the psych ward, God bless them, that they would be coming in, and you just didn't know how that moment in time was going to be during the visit. So you learn a lot by going through, again, the DJ program sponsored by Windwalker.
Temperament testing.
You know, temperament testing, code of ethics, all kinds of studies that promote the use of canines in social work. So we're excited about that.
Patty.
Gale, could you talk about that program? No, you recently participated.
Yes, I recently graduated.
Graduated.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So Tori and I are a credentialed team. I actually invited one of my friends who's a licensed social worker who's just north of the city, and she took the course with me. And we found it very conducive to the work we're doing in the healthcare field. A lot of the students in our class, this was an evening division course, so we had a lot of students that were actually teachers or licensed social worker, or myself that's a longtime breeder but wanted to do more with the dogs and work with children and adults in a hospice situation. So it's really a broad population that you can reach. The kids get excited, the adults get excited, and you help bring back memories. And so even if you weren't feeling good, you're having somebody think about their dog at home. And even at the colleges where Bruce talked about their health fairs, they wanted to know, how can I do that too? And everybody can certainly be involved in that. And as Bruce talked about, we have temperament testing that we went through, and the lengthy weeks of study and reading and outreach internship. So it's involved, but it's the dogs that love it, and you just trust your own confidence. It's very rewarding. I find that there's like moments that Bruce interacted with a gentleman who was a pastor, and he was in his rehabilitation after surgery, and he was also a musician. So when Bruce brought one of his dogs in, and I brought in Tori, he had his guitar in the corner, and while we were interacting with the dogs, Bruce tuned his guitar and played a song, an old blues song that the gentleman immediately related to. So it really is an opportunity for these special moments of interaction and really like a divine intervention where the folks remember and special things happen. Special things happen for sure. And it brings great joy. And we hope and feel that it brings quicker healing because the endorphins are generating in the body, and you're feeling good, and you feel motivated, you feel stronger, you feel happier, and that's
and people love dogs.
They really do. It's a common situation that people can relate to, and even if they don't have a dog, they get the good feeling of just that animal presence and the bond that Bruce talked about. So even if they have a cat at home, they'll talk about that and they miss their animal. But it's this moment in time, or they're getting ready for a surgery, and we've interacted with folks that are just new to the hospital and having surgery the next day. But that moment of comfort and just having your mind drift to someplace good.
Calming effect.
Really,
Very much.
exactly,
Yeah.
Brian. So it's a new, as we say, modality in the healthcare field, and we hope that encourages.
I have had 3 guests come on the show, separate occasions, to talk about tropical fish, another wonderful venue
Yes,
for people
I've
to
had
calm,
Yeah.
and they're very therapeutic.
I've
Yeah.
had tropical fish for years, so I can relate to that. Absolutely, a beautiful thing.
One of the things that, speaking of the modalities, is that we've been able to introduce, with canine therapy, we're able to introduce our musical program called Music is Medicine. And in that, it allows me to bring in natural sounds like ocean waves, forest sounds that play in the background, where I'm able to play melodic type of melodies that go hand in hand with a dog present and a natural flow of music to calm. And in that music type of therapy combined with the canine therapy, we just recently did a presentation for a Council of Aging in the town, where we were able to present 10-15 minutes of that, where there was a dog present and the music was in the background, and you got that immediate sense of relaxation, calming, de-stress, that type of feel. I've played the same program at one of the state institutions that for the blind, and that was warmly receptive of how that was. But to actually bring in music with the dogs, again, at my age, I've played music all my life and toured.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's not about me, but I was very successful as keeping my music career. I was able to tour and did CDs and had some great moments where we opened up for James Brown, the band did, and Ray Charles, and were able to play all over the country. But that said, right now, to bring in the ability to heal people in a sense and let that relaxation have a sense of like, you knew, they light up when I'm coming. You know, we've been doing it now. We go out 3, possibly 4 times a week to visit. So we're very active, and I walk into some rooms and they don't know my name as much, but they'll say, you know, Wags. Right now we have Wags. Tori just got certified. Gracie.
They're all Irish.
They're all
Yes.
everything's Irish.
And Moxie.
Moxie.
Yeah.
Two of our dogs, Jagger and Duke, passed, but they were also advanced therapy dogs. And to get advanced therapy, you needed to go and visit over 100 times. So you had to record, and the AKC gives you titles for therapy work. So both Jagger, Duke, and now Wags, who is home, they've all gone over 100 visits. And we're really proud of that. We've had folks that have gotten our dogs out in Colorado and 2 different locations, and they went on to do therapy work at the Denver airport, as well as the libraries around Denver, and then in the southeast corner of the west of the state, they're school teachers, and they have an Irish that they took into, I think it was elementary school children, and they did therapy work there. So we have an outreach of Canine Presence active in Colorado, as well as we've placed our dogs many of the states in that type of thing, and they fly out and come visit, in which we would require them to do, and they meet our puppies, they meet the parents, you know, dam and the sire, and they see exactly the temperament that they're going to get. So to incorporate all this into a little business called Canine Presence is a wonderful thing at this time in our lives, and as well as our club. I want to shout out to New England Terrier Club, which Brian is very familiar with, and this weekend they're doing Earth Dog trials out in Brimfield
area.
And in September, the New England Terrier Club it has a fun day in September, and it introduces to, like you were talking about, Brian, about Meet the Rats, nose work, all kinds of
The versatility of terriers amazes me.
yes,
Absolutely.
and that's a barn hunt. That's so the New England Terrier Club is a great little fun club. As we both are members of the Irish Terrier Club of America and Irish Terrier Club of Chicago. And we're also members, Gale has been past president of the Ladies Dog Club. I'm an honorary member of the Ladies Dog Club. And I belong to the Easton Dog Club, although I've stepped back recently from all the activities that the Easton Club has offered. But we're very active, and we try to make sure that we give the best presentation to an Irish Terrier and the Terrier breed to people, because I think people sometimes have a misconception about, I don't know how many Goldens are born each year, but I heard they're close to 800,000 or something. That's way up there. And the Irish, probably less than 100 maybe, that are bred
Big
each year.
litters too, though.
You know.
Is there an Irish Terrier Club in Canada anymore?
Yes.
It's still active?
Yes.
Good.
We have several of our members of Irish Terrier Club of America that are in the Canadian Club, and also our members too.
Good, good.
Live in Ilderton, Ontario, actually. But yeah, we've got a lot of folks that come over the border and show with us, and it's talking about confirmation in the dog clubs and educating even judges for the breed. The American Kennel Club has the big show down in Orlando this December, and it runs a good week, culminating around December the 14th, 15th, 16th. That weekend is when the big Orlando show is, and I'll be doing judges education, down there for the Irish Terrier. So any prospective judges that are looking for Irish Terrier education, I'll be your presenter. And all the terriers are being presented down there this year. It rotates, so every year there's a different group of...
I regret the fact that I never went beyond junior showmanship.
Oh, bless. Well,
everybody said to me, you should have continued, and you should have become a group judge.
Yes.
And I never did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we regret not having you, Brian, and
Because
certainly...
I certainly have judged juniors a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an important contribution to the sport, absolutely, to encourage those. And that's part of the judging juniors, certainly encouraging them. Absolutely. That's a huge impact that's vital right now. Absolutely, Brian. So we thank you for that. And as I say, if you're in the Orlando area in December, around the 14th, 15th, 16th, that area there, it's at the big convention center there. And it'll be, I believe it's non-sporting and the terrier breeds that would be a part of the education program this year. And next year that rotates.
I'm being told that, unbelievable, but our second segment is done.
Could
Wow.
I add, Brian?
Add something.
I would like to just add, thank you for sure for this time, and that if you are interested in the Irish Terrier, our email address is canine, spelled out C-A-N-I-N-E, .presence, like presence of the Lord, canine.presence at verizon.net. And I know I'll leave information with Brian, but you're more than welcome to give us a call and come out and see Irish if you
Come
want to.
visit. Come see
visit.
the breed.
And just, again, bless the canine-human bond. Thank you so much, Brian.
It was great
you.
having you, and we're going to have you again.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you,
It
everyone.
was great to see everybody on Fur, Fins, and Feathers. Thank you very much, and stay safe and keep cool.